Hello, Namaste and welcome in the series of cybersecurity. This side is Meena and today I will discuss about what are the top 10 web application security risks. Every day we are accessing number of websites, web applications, okay. There can be lot of risks for those web applications or the those websites. Okay. So what are the possible top 10 risks for those web applications? Today I will discuss about all these things. So let's start today's session. For example, we are accessing a web application. Say just take an example of Facebook. For example, you are here on your laptop or on your mobile device, okay, and you open a web browser, okay? And this side is a web server which is having the Facebook web applications, okay, and you are on internet like this way, clear. So when in your web browser you entered facebook.com, okay, a web page appear. So with the request of you entered in a web browser, your request will go on the, first of all it will go to on the DNS server, okay. DNS server will find out what is the IP address of the URL which you entered in your web browser, okay, and after finding it the URL, it will direct towards that destination web server where that particular website or the web application hosted, okay. So something, a web request you send, and in the response of that web request you got a response. For example, a page of Facebook appear on your web browser, okay, and first time you are accessing the web server of the Facebook and you want to make an account, okay. So you need to fill a form on it. You entered some data, your name, age, okay, date of birth, whatever the things or the fields are in that web page required to fill the form, you need to enter it, okay, and you submit that information on the Facebook web server. Over there is a database, okay, and inside that database it just keep record of the accounts information which you entered. Similarly, there are millions of the users who made their account, so that they are just keeping those records in their database, clear. And next time when you will log in on facebook.com, definitely you need to provide your credential, whatever the email address you entered, what is the password of yours. So when whatever the information you entered here, next time it will check against that database, okay. If that matches, it will just give you the entry on your personal account on the particular web application, clear. Simple, these are just simple things and everyone knows about. Actually, lot of attacks can happen in between this process, okay. So hackers, when some input is required, okay, they can also enter some wrong information, okay. Maybe that information which should be just normal username, they entered a query for the SQL database or whatever the database they are using here, okay, and that query can retrieve the information, okay. So without checking it what the input was, it just that query will entered on the database and can give the information to the hacker, clear. And another thing, they can also attack on the database, or they can attack even the session, whatever the session exists between you and the web application, okay. So there are multiple kind of attacks happen in case of web applications, okay. For example, here is just I'm just presenting in front of you. There is a output captured during accessing a web applications and a attack done in the lab environment. Okay, so just I captured that output in the Wireshark, and here just you can see whatever the output. I'm just zooming it. Here just you can see hacker entered the information in the name field, which is 1 or 1 equal to 1. Okay, just not entering the proper input in the field, and he entered a query for the SQL server. Okay, in return that web server return the information about the user. So just you can see here user admin. Okay, username is admin, and for the password, even you can see the password here, just hash value of the password. So hacker will collect those hash value, and with the other methods they can also crack it down what is the password for it. Every day just we are getting the news like attack happen on Facebook, Twitter. Even recently from few days back, attack happens on Twitter. Okay, so hacker always in the hunt, finding out yes there is some kind of vulnerability exist on that particular web application or the website, and they just will find out the way how to get the information out of it, or what the damage they can do. Okay. So this is just a very simple example of attack, and hackers can do many more attacks here. And this actually there is an organization international level they are operating. It's a non-profit organization, that's a open web application security project. Okay, there are a lot of experts community. They are finding out what are the risks possible and how to make secure the web applications. Okay, so whether that's entering something, okay, whether in the authentication wrong information, or entering the wrong value in the database, or changing something in the database, or session hijacking during the conversation between the user and the, or we can say source and the destination. There are multiple risks are possible in case of web application. Just you can read out the top 10 risks that's presented by the OWASP. Okay, so here are a lot of information which you can even use for making the secure web application. Clear? And follow me on the Cybersecurity Prism and get the notifications for the next interesting session, so that you will be able to educate yourself, and also share that video with your friends and the group members, so that they will be able to understand top 10 risk for the web application. Okay, and in the next session I will discuss about why is blockchain an attack proof method. Namaste, see you in the next session.